What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Acts of Creation. And on this week's lesson, we take a step outside and we learn some melodic minor arpeggios. So melodic minor tends to be a chink in the armor for a lot of rock and metal players, and that's mainly because it's not a mainstay in our vocabulary. You don't hear it very often in most of the music that rock and metal players listen to, but it's a great way to explore some extra crunchy chords, right? There's a lot of fun stuff involved in it. We are in standard tuning. Down in the description below, you could find a link to the transcription of this lesson, to this exercise, either PDF or Guitar Pro. And while you're down there, click on that subscribe button and hit that bell because we do this weekly. So some of you who are familiar with my channels, you might have seen the lessons where I talk about shell voicings, where we can take a major chord and go up to a minor chord, or we can take a minor chord and go up a major chord. And that is a great way to practice your arpeggios, and that's kind of what we're gonna do here. So we're gonna play a G major 7 to an E minor 7, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna descend through the G major arpeggio and then ascend through the minor. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna sneak into some melodic minor territory. And how we're gonna do that is we're gonna borrow chords. We're gonna switch to B Super Locrian or B altered scale, right? And that's how the jazz guys do it. They borrow and they play all these altered tensions on that 5 chord. And we're not gonna get into that with this lesson. This is just a fun arpeggio lesson. So we're gonna stick to that, okay? But one of the chords found in that key is this lovely chord. Rather than E flat major 7, we're gonna have E flat major 7 sharp 5. Ooh. Super crunchy. You might recognize this from Lord of the Rings, amongst many examples, but that's a common one. Okay, so we're gonna mix in that chord, and since we're borrowing from B Super Locrian, this is gonna be the first arpeggio. Then we're gonna go back up to G, and the fancy go-over chord that you can pull out from melodic minor in this one, rather than a G7, a dominant 7 chord, that flat 7, we're gonna actually play the flat 6, right? You kind of get this Mixolydian flat 6. It's essentially that arpeggio, okay? And if you're not familiar with the chord family that are found in melodic minor, that's okay. This can only be step 1 for you if you're into it, okay? So we're gonna go up that chord. So let's take a look at these arpeggios nice and slow. We're gonna go descend through the G major, and then up to E minor, and then here's where we change keys, right? We're gonna switch and we're gonna descend down the E flat 7 sharp 5. And then ascend through the G and flat 6. Hopefully you can hear how that resolves. And what's kind of cool is that flat 6 that we're doing, we're adding in that chord, that's really the leading tone to E. That's the D sharp. Okay? So let's hear that really slow. Awesome. I love those chords, really fun. Now we're gonna repeat it, but instead of borrowing from B Super Locrian, we're gonna stay parallel. We're gonna stay in E and borrow chords from E Super Locrian, okay? And since we're just going up and down these arpeggios, I wanna stay close to what's going on here, okay? So we're still gonna descend the G, ascend the E, and now I'm gonna grab the closest chord down, D minor 7 flat 5. And that arpeggio looks like this. Okay, and then we're gonna step up to F, because if we're in E Super Locrian or altered scale, that means we're in F melodic minor. And the chord that mode gives you is a minor chord with a major 7. Really nice sound. Just find the root and go down a step. And again, you can hear how that resolves there. So let me play the whole example. Awesome. Really fun way to interject some melodic minor arpeggios into your arpeggio practice. And if you're not used to stepping outside and adding tension, this is kind of a great way of familiarizing yourself with stepping outside of the frets that you always play in and hitting new chords and new harmonies. Okay? So like I said, you can find a PDF and Guitar Pro of this lesson down in the description below. And while you're down there, please click on the subscribe button and that bell because we do this weekly. So as always, let me know what you come up with. Until then, I'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.